just for you.
Okay, you're not able to take care of Babu. You're not able to boss the water, Babu.
But when I saw you standing with two crests over there, what you were discussing with them?
Hila, I was not telling them anything about loving you. I was telling them about CDC due payment.
I thought they're not true. I know that CDC due payment over.
No, Hila, enough finish yo. Now let me explain the whole due payment to you. That program they had on April 12th is just to tell all citizens, reaction, and sympathizers that we will start paying due for now to 2030 and all the way.
So I want to ask you, the way some all not there. How will care what you book?
Abolida, the thing is, just go straight to CDC party headquarters and you request for your book. The people will give it to you. Anytime you go there, the people will be there. Don't worry yourself. In fact, the people get a mobile money number. If you file or you know you can make it, just send it straight on your mobile money number. And as soon as you send it on the mobile money number, the people will send your receipt straight on your website, or you go pick up your receipt and your due book right to your district office. I mean, the district that you live in. You can also pay to the bank. You can go to UPA or GT Bank. When you finish paying that money, they will give you one pink paper. Then you will carry it to the party headquarters or your district office. Then the people will verify it. They will give you your original receipt and your due book. And don't forget that only $1 US or $200 liberty you will pay every month. If you want to pay more than that, no problem. Because this party called CDC have to survive. And the mobile money number is 0886 097451.
Amanda, Amanda, my puye, Iliberia, my
Trigger.
Aha, y'all want to roll the punch giant right to take over.
Like
Y'all want to roll the Papa Kami again. Y'all want to roll Papa Georgie Kami again. Y'all want to roll Mama Joe Kami again. Who want to roll CDC Kami again? Now they whole country giant Kami so. Better move the world. I say you're better move your world. We coming again. Who wanna roll CDC coming again? Who wanna roll job? We are coming again. Who wanna roll Mama Joe? We're coming again. Up in the roll CDC coming again. Now the whole country giant coming so.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to the weekend edition of the CDC Hour. The CDC Hour is a 60-minute package of activities within the Congress for Democratic Change and other issues affecting the body politics of our country. Today is Friday, November 7, 2025, and we are here. I'm alongside my co-presenter, Josephine Johnson. Together, we will be bringing you fascinating information that you can use. But we'll be back right after a bit of our theme song.
Shake your body, shake your body, shake your body.
Thank you so much and welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the program. Like I said, I'm here with my co-presenter, Josephine Johnson. And today is Friday. As usual, we will be discussing very important issues affecting the body politics of our country. Good evening, Josephine, and welcome to the program.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening. Let me say good evening, good morning, good afternoon to everyone in that are watching the broadcast live and via the radio. So welcome to the weekend edition.
There has been a lot going on. There are a lot on our plate. A lot of issues have been evolving in the last 48 hours. You know, we weren't here on Wednesday based on circumstances beyond our control. But there has been a lot lot of issues, a lot of activities going on in the country. So how do we start? As a matter of fact, uh, President Buakai came back to the country on, is it today or yesterday?
Today.
Okay, I think last night, right?
Last night, right? Okay.
Yes. So President Buakai came back to the country yesterday after having a tour of France and the United Arab Emirates, specifically the city of Dubai. You know, the UAE has seven Emirates, and so he was in Dubai, but he returned to the country yesterday, and as usual, a lot of people are beginning to ask the questions: what did the president bring back to the country? What are the benefits that the president has brought? So that is that. And again, I think for a second time, uh, some members, some members of the former government, the CDC government, today were arrested. The wife of the late interim president of Liberia, uh, how they call the woman, Dr. Amos Sawyer, Tema Duncan Sawyer was arrested today. We also learned that John Uboti, Mr. John Uboti, who is one of the shareholders in the MDMC company, construction company doing all of these roads in Monrovia, was also arrested today. And as we currently speak, he's behind bars at the Monrovia Central Prison. So these are the unfolding developments that we've had in the last 24 hours. But let's start with the last one, right? Madam Sawyer was arrested some months back alongside the political leader of the movement for economic empowerment, D. Maxwell Kimaya, and also former GSA director Mary Brough, on charges that they misappropriated rice. Imagine just rice. Okay, rice. Some kind of donation, I don't know to say from Japan or where, Japanese rice, or rice from Saudi Arabia, also one of the two, that they misappropriated it and things. So they were arrested and they took them to the Monrovia Central Prison, but in less than 30 minutes they were released on that day. In less than 30 minutes they were released on that day. And today, Madam Duncan Sawyer, Tema Duncan Sawyer, again was arrested, right, and taken to court and subsequently taken to the Monrovia Central Prison. So what say you, Josephine? What are your viewings? What are your impressions?
So when I saw the president return, not too many person in the note of the president return to the country. So when I saw the president return, like we always say, with his hands swinging, I knew that something was cooking. Something was going to come up because they needed to distract the minds of the people. So I knew that something was going to come up. So
are you saying is yes? I was there. Yeah. There where I was coming, right? Are you saying because the public has joined the debate? The debate has now ensued between two sides, right, of the divide.
Yeah, sure.
A lot of people are saying it is a distraction to not discuss the president's quote unquote empty trip to France and Dubai, right? And as a matter of fact, the president came, somebody's having whistle said, in the cover of darkness. The president, he said the president came back to the country very Nicodemously because he came with his hands swinging. He did not bring anything as usual after making his 36, 37, or 37th travel across the world. So, how embarrassing is this? How embarrassing is it to the country? Josephine, you are a political analyst. How embarrassing is this to the country that because the president is coming back with his empty hands, with nothing, after spending over 300 to 400,000 United States dollars of public money to travel and spend on uh, tens of government officials. He's coming back now without bringing anything, and then the government decided to create such a distraction of arresting people under the guise of fighting corruption.
You know, we the Liberians, we did not send Joseph Waka. We didn't send him to France. We didn't send him to Dubai. It's like when you go somewhere, you're expecting something, and when you went there, you didn't get what you was actually expecting. So you come back home with that frustration. You come back home with that anger. So you want to end it on the ordinary people. You want to end it on the people that you left in the country. So that's why Joseph Waka came back, because he went there and he saw that other nations benefited. Other nations benefited, and he did not get anything. So he came back and just decided to end his anger on the Liberians. That's why he went straight and started arresting people on the kind of corruption, asset recovery. But one thing I like to say is this: you want to recover asset. I think the other day we discussed that you were entrusted with public funds. You were given money, Councillor Manti. You cannot justify, you cannot give any account of the monies that you were given. But today, you are saying you are arresting people, you are putting people behind bars because they misuse government money. You are recovering the assets that were given to them. Or you misuse the monies that were given to you. The rest that you are arresting people for during the inauguration, monies were given for the preparation of the inauguration. Those money, the chairman of the United Party, why are you not arresting him? Let him give account of the rest. Let him give account of the money that they cannot account for. Bring him. Let him give account of it. So you cannot be one-sided. And again, these are all distraction tactics. They don't want us to discuss how the president came back with his hands swinging. That's why he came back like one Nicodemus, because he didn't bring anything. So you don't want us to discuss it, but we have to discuss it because it is our country resources that he's spoiling. All they do is they just go and take pictures.
Somebody said, I mean, there are a lot of people who are, there are smart people. There are people who are well versed, of happenings in the country. There are people who are saying that Mr. Uboti, for example, who's implementing most of these road construction contracts, and also who has a contract for to produce driver's license and vehicle registration papers at the Ministry of Transport. There are people who are saying that the government wants to terminate his contracts because he's not a member of the Unity Party. As recommended by the Asset Recovery team in today's press conference, they recommended that the contracts signed with John Uboti's MDMC company should be terminated. That was, but let's microscope the asset recovery team itself. This is a cabal of corrupt individuals led by Edwin Clark Martin, who was the chairman at the LACC. Okay, Mr. Clark Martin, Councillor Clark Martin, is noted for his notoriety of presiding over the asset recovery team, where hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions, have been squandered, for which some of his committee members resigned, some of them tendered in their resignations and left the committee, and accused him publicly of stealing over 1.5 million US dollars that was allotted in the national budget and released in vouchers to the asset recovery team. So the asset recovery team, which itself is a corrupt institution, very much corrupt, in fact inherently corrupt, will be chasing people for corruption. So they are claiming equity, but their hands are not clean.
Yeah.
Okay, their hands are not clean. We know some of those who resigned from that team, like Martin Colley, like the guy Emmanuel Gonkwe, former Bond County Superintendent Rennie Banama Jackson. Some of them resigned from the committee and strictly accused Clark Martin of stealing the government resources that were given to the committee. So how can the public look at this committee as having any moral standing, as having any moral compass to fight corruption? I think there is a compelling need for a dissolution of the asset recovery team and the configuration of a new one, if this government is is in any way serious to combat corruption.
Joseph Boakai don't have interest in all the corruption that his officials are carrying on. You know the reason why he don't have interest? The reason is because Joseph Boakai is in the cookies jar. Joseph Boakai is the masterminder. That's why he will not call anybody to justice. That's why he will do nothing about it. Because he sent them to steal. So he will not do anything. Joseph Boakai is an OPM. He's a crook. And the Liberian people blindly elected him as president. Martin, Councillor Edwin Clark Martin. He's an old crook like Joseph Boakai. And he and Boakai, they are in the same category. That's why it's like you say you come or you came to catch the rope. In less than a year, just few months of your operation, you stole all the money that was given to you. And you know how the people, again, I would say they are seasoned BM. They are very seasoned in what they do. Because they waited, people were kind of like, people have already almost forgotten the story that the asset recovery team stole the money that were given to them for operation. So they have come again because they thought that we have all forgotten. They have come to continue their stealing. And if you check behind this whole asset recovery again, the second phase of it, for me, I will always say, anytime rescue government come up with something, just know that there's something behind it. There's something behind it. There's another stealing going on again.
I mean, don't you think because President Boakai went to Dubai, went to Paris went to Paris before going to Dubai, don't you think that because he didn't bring any commitment? In fact, this time there is no MOU.
No MOU.
No, I mean the first travels
Only pictures.
signed MOU. This time there are no MOUs. We saw beautiful pictures,
Beautiful pictures.
very very beautiful pictures,
The
and
president, he was treated, so
treated
well,
nicely.
even more than the president of France.
more than the president of France.
Yeah.
But he has come back
With the sense
with his hand swinging without bringing anything. So don't you think this is a distraction
complete distraction.
process to get the Liberian people's minds off his empty-handedness? That during his arrival at the Robertson International Airport, because one of the questions they asked him, the journalist asked him was, Mr. President, some Liberian citizens in France appeal to you for, they appeal to you for a resumption of Air France to Liberia. He said, but we don't own Air France. And now we don't want own Air France. So I'm not promising that. So, but I think that is just indicative of the fact that the trip was not a successful one. The trip was horrible. Monies that were spent have gone in vain. And the Liberian people are not getting anything out of this trip. President Weah traveled to the United Arab Emirates. What did he bring? He brought over $6 million hospital, Emirates Hospital, that is currently anchored in Bapolu County, in Bopolu. That was the proceed from President Weah's visit to the United Arab Emirates. When President Weah visited France, right, when he was coming, he had $10 million not behind him, but the $10 million was in front of President Weah coming. He brought it with him, and the French government allotted it to TVET, the Technical Vocational Education program at the Ministry of Youth and Sports.
Exactly.
President Weah visited a lot of different areas. For example, President Weah went to Kuwait and renegotiated the Banga to Manikoma Road. And for that, 86 kilometers were done from Banga to Salaye in Lofa County. Those were some of the benefits of President Weah's travel. But this old man, and they will tell you that a lot of successful things will come from the trip. What about those other travels that happened in the last 22 months? What has come out of those trips? Nothing has come out of those trips.
Nothing.
And so, for example, the China, how do we call it? Is it China 5 billion?
Yeah.
China 5 billion.
Mo Ali, every one of them.
China 5 billion when Mo Ali and other people were, when they inundated Facebook and writing all sorts of trash, regurgitating nonsense on the Facebook about the 5 billion that was coming from China. In fact, they were building a refinery, a petroleum refinery in Buchanan, Grand Bassa County. Oh, they are rehabilitating the other road. And they went to Indonesia. They said rubber farmers or rubber tappers. I know that rubber tapper or rubber farmers were coming from Indonesia to help to invest in Liberia in over $500 to $600 million. That was 21 months ago. Nothing has come out of that trip. President Boakai visited the United States. He has visited, I think, the US twice or 3 times. Okay? When President Trump talked about he's speaking
good English,
since that time we have seen no U.S. investors.
Nothing.
No U.S. investors have come to the country. And today, they're saying that over 500 companies in France say they want to invest in the country. Why would you lie like that?
So President Bouaka said the discussions were, what he said, I think the journalist asked him, and he was like, oh yes, the discussion was good. So this time our president, he didn't come back with how you call it, MOU. He came back with the discussion was good.
Okay, I'm reading on the live feed, right? One of the commenters, Tima Zuckerberg, he said, corrupt asset recovery, tell us who owned the $10 million house built in Lofa. You want to recover assets, but your officials are corrupt. Prosecute them first if truly you are ready. So I think this is very cardinal.
Very.
The government has contradicted itself multiple times on this $10 million property in Lofa. The Ministry of Information, that's the official spokes entity of the government, came up and said the project was being done or is being done by the Mano River Union. We listened to Daniel Sando, though he's a guy who cannot intellectualize anything for for more than 5 minutes without raining insults. Or he said it's being built by the Mano River Union. Second time, my sister, the presidential press secretary, Madam Kula Fofana, said the executive mansion can neither deny nor confirm the ownership of the property. So they will do an investigation, and in due course, in her words, in due course, they will inform the public who owns the property. You listen to Henry Costa's latest
listen to him
interview with Stanton Witherspoon. What did Costa say? He said, all information available point to the fact that the late Minister of State, Sylvester Grisby, was the one who initiated that project in order to surprise the president. Say, Mr. President, we are building, and say we are building this for the president, but we're not going to tell him.
We want to surprise
We're going
him.
for the president. We'll finish with A, then we'll tell him that, Mr. President, we'll tell you what in Mr. President, we build something for you. So imagine $10 million out of our, out of some of our entities, because this is not from the budget.
So who gave the $10 million?
Who gave the $10 million?
We don't know.
We know. We know.
Yeah, I would say we don't know because they are not telling us.
We know.
They are not telling us.
We know they're not going to tell you, but our investigation has unearthed where those monies came from.
Yeah.
Those monies came from the LPRC, came from the NPA, they came from the NASCOR, they came from, how they call it, water and sewer. So that is off-budget spending.
And Joseph Bouaka, he still have those people that are responsible for that project. He still have them in
He still has them.
He's doing
He still has them
about it. He
in
don't
his
have
offices.
Interest. Yeah. He don't have interest in doing anything about it.
Sam Steve Kuya is now the Minister of State.
Yeah. So
it's an integral initiative of that project. Mama Accountability, Mo Ali.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Mo Ali. Amos Twe, my own friend at LPRC. They are the ones who are bankrolling that project financially. So what is the asset recovery team doing?
Nothing.
Because currently, as we speak to you, Jojo, there are officers from the Executive Protection Service who are providing protection for the property in Foya. I can confirm that to you.
Yeah.
So why would EPS officers be assigned to protect a property that is not built by the government of Liberia? Is it an individual Liberian who's building it and they assign EPS to it?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
So the day I ready to build
So
my house, I
we
will ask
believe.
for
So the
EPS
day you ready to build a
officers.
house, just ask for EPS protection. I think you should ask for EPS to protect your house. The day I'm building my house, I will ask EPS. I ask for EPS protection. So why is it that the asset recovery team? No, I wonder. Edward Clark Martin thinks that Liberia is ending today.
That's why every one of them in this government believe.
Do they think that the country is really ending today?
Sure.
Or the country is going to end the moment Joseph Boakai leaves power?
Yeah.
That there's going to be no more Liberia?
Yeah.
That for which you are chasing everybody, persecuting people who you think are not in your favor, who you think are your major political opponents in ensuing elections to come. So you are chasing them. You want to silence them by all cost with unnecessary persecution.
Yeah, that's what they believe. That's why a person like Queen Johnson will look at me, Josephine, and tell me that tomorrow you will be in your grave. I believe that.
And I saw that. I saw that, right? I saw that comment.
Yeah.
That exchange between you and Queen Johnson.
Yeah.
Queen Johnson is a murderer.
Yes, she is.
She's a murderer. Okay. The police has refused to prosecute a girl who masterminded allegedly the death of over 2 to 3 Liberians during the electoral period of our country in 2023 on live camera.
Yeah.
They beat Joshua to death. A very horrible video.
Yeah.
Painful video. The brother died in agony. He died in agony. Okay, Queen Johnson is parading with a job, a very lucrative job at the National Port Authority. I learned that she's the director of archive at the National Port Authority. I don't want to go to education because I know that she's not qualified. She's incompetent.
And this is the
she's
government.
Educationally bankrupt, an educational degenerate, be given that kind of position, a director of archive at the National Port Authority. That's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is her implication into the murder of innocent Liberians, right? Those people lost their lives. And Queen Johnson was arrested by the police, by some police officers, and the current leadership of the police under Gregory Coleman, right?
Yeah.
Who were not in power then, right? But they were in the police. Gregory was not leading the police, but Queen Johnson was arrested, and Gregory and other guys. Gregory used some people who he has control over in the police to make Queen Johnson escape from the police station, from the police depot.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you are fighting corruption, you should be holistic. The president has suspended and dismissed a lot of people, too many people in the government, because of alleged corruption, right?
Yeah.
Make no mistake, that is good. It was a first good step, but they cannot prosecute them. Because of what? Political patronage. They supported the government, they supported the campaign, they bankrolled the campaign, some of them with their monies. Today, they have been suspended and dismissed. The president said, You carry the money.
Carry the money, go home,
Go
sleep.
home, you carry the money, go and sin no more.
Let the next person come.
Let the next person come and steal. So that is how the government looks like, Jojo. That is how the government looks like.
Yeah.
So when I see some people, oh, the government is fighting corruption, that's a charade. CHARADE.
The government is very, very
That's a
corrupt.
charade.
Very corrupt.
You know, a charade is to put up empty show, flow show.
Yeah.
Boasting, putting up flow show that you are doing something which of course you're not doing, right? Which of course you're not doing. Where government officials are accused of raping 14-year-old girls.
Nothing. They have done nothing
they're not being
about
prosecuted. The law is being violated at an alarming proportion. At an alarming proportion, the laws of our country are being violated. Concession agreements signed in the cover of darkness. Let's continue with this today again. The former Speaker of the House of Representatives,
Okay.
Councillor J. Fonati Kofa, wrote 1 hour ago. He said, after diligent search with the business registry and entities involved in the Oranto deal, I can confirm that Oranto Petroleum Liberia Limited is a fake company. What is registered in Liberia is an entity called Oranto Petroleum Limited, a British Virgin Island company. Because each corporation is a legal person, he's quoting law now, under the corporate law.
Sure.
Under corporate law, each corporation is a legal person that is equivalent to signing contract with an unborn child. Right? At this point, the least that can be done is that the purported agreement has to be withdrawn. He said President Bwaka should withdraw the purported Oranto agreement. These folks may have elected to pretend to create a new company because Oranto Petroleum Limited owes Liberia capital gains taxes from the last flipping deal, allegedly 50 million. So he's saying that Oranto, after buying oil blast for over $250,000 and selling it for $200 million, they owe Liberia over $50 million in taxes.
Oh, yeah.
So they have come now.
Yeah.
They changed the name of the company. Oranto Petroleum Liberia Limited cannot pay the debt of Oranto Petroleum Limited.
See there?
So Oranto Petroleum Liberia Limited, the Alabredo the Oranto Petroleum Liberia Limited, a new company, cannot pay the $50 million debt of Oranto Petroleum Limited. So you see, have a great weekend. God bless our country. That was Councillor Jonathan Fonati Kofa.
Will this government...
And this deal, when Edward Clamati is chasing people, on a fishing expedition, in an empty shell, running behind people for corruption, the president himself submitted this deal to the legislature. The president, President
Joseph Bwaka,
the chief executive of the country, the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Liberia, the head of state and head of government of the Liberian state, presented this deal to the legislature.
Will this government ever do something with clean hands?
The government is inherently corrupt.
Yeah, because every time they bring something to the Liberian people, it's something that got corruption. Every time
the government's hands are stinking with corruption.
They brought the issue of the yellow machine again. We saw a whole lot of corruption in it. Too many persons wanted to put money in their pockets.
From $84 million to $22 million.
So
I
I mean, whenever you hear that this government is trying to do this, always do your background check, because this government does nothing without corrupting the system. They are very good at corrupting and the Liberian people. What sort of madness is this? Is this what the Liberians walk in the poo water for? Yeah, I saw a guy post today on Facebook, and he was like,
what did he say?
he said, this was not why
What we voted for, or
What-
what we work in the poo water for.
Yeah, he said it. He said this was not why I walk in the poo water
Or
for.
to be frank with you, some of
I
them,
think that was on September 17, right?
some of them, yes, September 17. And quite frankly, some of them have, moral conscience.
Yeah.
They are coming out now and calling their government on the dot. They are coming out and they are regretting. Some of them are regretting
Yeah.
why they supported this corrupt, failing government. But others are shameless. They
And
do not have
those
no
are the
moral
shameless
compass.
ones that are still defending
They're
this
still
government.
defending.
Yeah.
They're still defending the government.
So you see,
A government that
Kula Fofana today, she said, when the president travel, that does not mean that he should come back with $5 million in front of him.
So let me go to
But
that.
President Weah did. When he traveled out of this country, he brought money. He brought developments for his people. He changed the lives of his people.
Okay.
That's why whenever President Weah came by,
I think
everybody was so excited.
She may have unfriended me, but my own sister.
Yeah. Matu Bay experiencing, similar things from family members now.
So I think I can get the exact something from Julius J page.
Yeah.
Okay, let me try to get it. Let me try to get it. Okay, this is it. A quote: when the president travels, it doesn't mean you're going to a place to bring bags of money and say, here's 5 million in this other bag, here's 10 million in this other bag. Let's distribute. That's not how it works. When you travel as a government, as a president, you are engaging key partners. I just talked to you right now about the president's engagement in France, meeting the president, and his engagement in the UAE. Those engagements will yield fruits. Kula V. Fofana, Presidential Press Secretary, addressing an Executive Mansion, Liberia news conference. So that's what my sister said.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not talking about her person, right? I cannot discuss her person. She's my sister. We have blood relationship, but what she said is what we're talking about.
Sure.
We are talking about the debate. I don't think anybody is saying that when president travels, they bring bags of money. No, that's not. But I mean, we have to remind my sister that when presidents travel, the update when presidents travel and come back, they update the population, they update their employers, because the Liberian people are the employers of the president.
Sure.
The president is an employee. So when the president comes back to the country, what a president does is to update his employers about the achievements that were accrued from a given trip. For example, the president should not bring money. The president did not bring money. Presidents don't just bring monies in bags. Yes, I agree with Kula, but presidents, like the Ghanaian delegation, when President John Dramani Mahama went to France, when he came back, what did he do? The Ghana's Ministry of Information said President Mahama's discussion with the President of France has yielded a considerable results, and Ghana is going to benefit the building of 7 hospitals across the country, right?
Yeah.
They said the French people are going to build 7 hospitals for Ghanaians across Ghana. Number 2, they said the government of Ghana is going to help the government of France, right? The government of France is going to help to retool the Ghanaian military, the Ghanaian army, right?
Sure.
Again, there were different benefits. There are different benefits in the communique that was signed between the French government and the Ghanaian government, and those were communicated to the Ghanaian people. So, my sister Kula, we are not saying that presidents would travel or President Baka should travel and bring bags of money and say 10 million in the other bag, 5 million in the other bag. That's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is when he comes to the country, when he comes back to the country, you are the presidential press secretary. Yes, congratulations to you for your job well done. Congratulations to you for your position. But you are only communicating what you are told to do by the executive mansion. I don't think you're communicating on your own. You're not saying anything on your own. So those who are giving you the news to report, right? Those who are giving you the information to give, they should give you a better information. And that is it. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are in the land of the radio, you are listening to the CDC Hour on Kings FM 88.5 with me, Isiaka Sharif and Josephine Pello Johnson. You can now begin to place in your calls on 0772 239933 0886 3044 97 0777 980375. In the next 1 minute, we will be taking your calls. We'll be taking your calls in the next 1 minute. Josephine.
Yeah.
You know, this is to our people, our own seditions. This, I'm not going to beat on the Unity Party people for this, right? I think we are going to beat on seditions about this. This is the time that we stop. Seditions should stop believing in the propaganda of the Unity Party people. Some seditions believe in UP propaganda even more than what their party is doing.
Yeah.
For example, and I plan to say this.
They did it before, and that's how you.
There are some seditions. There are some seditions who are not even asking questions, but they are believing the mumbo jumbo that Unity Party people are running around with, that President George Weah is saying.
Yeah.
If President George Weah is sick, we will inform you. Anybody can get sick. Anybody can get sick. Like my mother. My mother is not well. She's at a hospital. I carried her to the hospital yesterday. Anybody can get sick. I didn't expect my mother to get sick yesterday.
Well, I had to carry my little brother to the hospital today.
My mother is still at the hospital, and she's undergoing medical treatment, right? But seditions should stop believing in the propaganda of the United Party people. The moment The moment seditions are overtaking or are once seditions inundate the social media, when they are winning the national debate on the social media, UP will come up with a propaganda to distract the CDC, and some seditions are falling for that. That is wrong. It's
completely wrong. Completely wrong.
It's completely wrong. Your mind should be prepared in a way that when the Unity Party bring up the propaganda, face them head on. Tell them this is a propaganda, you lying. But they bring the propaganda, for example, the flattery that John Weir is sick. Where is John Weir sick? What is John Weir sick? Let me say it like this in a labyrinth. What is John Weir sick? Does a sick man play basketball for 3 hours? Does a sick man play volleyball for 2 hours? Does a sick man go to break ground for party headquarters construction? Does a sick man wake up in the morning and gym? Go in the gym there for 2 hours, 2.5, 3 hours gymming, reducing, making himself fit. Seditions, let us stop, man. Let's stop this. This is a because there's a propaganda because you are winning the debate.
You are winning the debate. That's why
you are winning
to distract you.
The reason they are distracting you about George Weah's sickness is because you are winning the debate. Those guys cannot stand you. Go to the Facebook. There are more seditions on Facebook on the front line who are saying meaningful things. So seditions should stop. I plan to say this. Seditions should stop believing in the propaganda of the Unity Party people. Those guys cannot say truth. They lie. They lied in opposition and they are lying while in government. So, and they believe that their lies in government are not holy because once you are in government, you should be accountable to the people.
Exactly.
You should be accountable to the people. So seditions should stop. Yours should stop. Let me say it like that. Yours should stop. Yours must stop. George, we are not sick.
George Weah is healthy.
George Weah is not sick. George Weah is more healthy, 3 times, 4 times more healthy than Joseph Boakai. So we have just limited time to taking your calls just for 30 seconds. You can place in your calls now on 0772239933, 0772239933, 086-304497, or 07779 Let's talk to our first caller. Hello?
Let me say good evening, the great Ishaka Sharif.
Yes, you have 30 seconds. We don't have time.
Yeah, so my name is Whitman Lee Makrete, and I'm joining you from my district number 9 resident. So let me say thank you. You see, and I one person who did not buy into that conversation by the Unity Party and their hooligans and puppets around here, because they know very well that they want to divert the conversation because they are aware. Put said it today that Mr. Baga came back with nothing. So the only way you can divert the people's mind is to say, former President Weah is sick, or President Weah is sick. And we shall go, and for me, I challenge them. You put George Weah, you put Baga on running race for George B to come straight to the executive marshal. Who will request? Baga is great, Baga is old, Baga is walking dead. So there's no way. So we shall be discussing the false issue. What Baga came back with? If Baga come by knowing they have nothing as reason, he say other recording team will go start something. If other recording is very serious, Jeremiah can get found in Nima County. If other recording is very serious, the 500,000 I said that as Professor Grace took for NASCO. They should go every 3 days. So this thing is just a mere plot. It's just a tactic.
Thank you so much, Firebrand Makrete. Let's take another caller on the line.
Hello, Kaza.
Yeah, hello. 30 seconds.
This is Mom recording from Costa Street.
Oh, Mom Mary, let's hear you.
Yeah, it is good that you brought it up to net. Because I plan to call. You know, some of our friends, I don't know. All day they coming to me, oh, Mom Mary, they say the president say. So I told them, say, anybody tell you the president say, tell them say that Joseph Bakar say that he the one that can care hospital. But not George Weah. When I tell them you learn to listen, that the thing the people will do will fool you, then your every last they bring up. George Weah is not say that Bakar say. That Bakar say bad faith. Yeah, and they never want to cool out. Our friend MSC. Our time she went out of the country, I think I can remember she brought money. And that money they were sending on our phone, then were living by it that our friend equal. Let her try to do something too. Let's stop sitting and lying. Thank you for informing me.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mami. Let's talk to our next caller. Hello. Hello. Mabenu, please shake up a little bit. You are coming in very distorted.
Okay.
Yes, you have just 30 seconds, no time.
Yeah, look how I'm putting more part of many, the more resident is saying, so the poor to get an money, so we go to the project, they get nothing to do. So, but we're waiting for it. Then they will test now. Let's say that we will move that and we'll get on the street, woman to woman, we will make ourselves on the street. We'll not say, so we the work point of we're not working for it because we can never in it. We will not accept this coming around. For that thing in our what are you doing? You went there, you saw Muslim, you saw the Muslim or anything the Papa do. He said, don't do the what Papa. It would be affect our government. But he's sending an just feeling or hear the people. But I not want to come to here. That is so small, petty, when they come to the country. When they see one is not carry the Papa Shani. Papa Shani, the Papa get here to all here now points to go. The Papa don't know nothing. The Papa will go down.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mabenu. Thank you. Let's talk to another caller. Hello. Yes, good evening. Let's hear you.
Okay, this is Darius Wati calling from the borough of Kutan and also my political name. There's a rumor went around today. Joya fell off, and now they're waiting to do pronouncement. So really, I'm not to myself. So the only way that we see tonight is you're calling, then go over radio and talk.
Call who so that you can be believing in the Unity Party people.
Call what
thing? I'm telling you that nothing happened. Joe, we are not sick. Joe, we is not sick, my brother. So you start believing that thing.
No.
So that Unity Party people, you listening to?
Yeah,
hello.
Yeah, my name is Pat.
Yes, let's hear you. Let's take another caller, man. This caller is.
Yeah.
Let's take another caller. Hello. Hello. Yeah, hello.
Party to say our president sick.
Hey, Mabenu, you finish calling you. Let's take another caller. Let's take another caller. Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah. Ishaga, I want to thank you and your co-host. Well, Ishaka, my name is Mohammed Donzo Fufana Jr. Well, I call from the Somalia job. But Ishaka, I want to discuss on a 2-pointer you made within your discussion. Well, the first one is School of Fufana, addressing the first this today concerning President Barack Rafa. School of Fufana, she acted like an elementary student. This is not how you address the people that is anger for result in the nations. So it's like she just insulted the Liberian people. And second is what you said. The last point was about the sedition that always going into lies. When people come with lies on social media, sedition always believe in it. Ishaka, our observers, some in the community I live. All the citizens always believe in propaganda from the unity parties. And it always helps me. Sometimes I always make forwards and say, don't believe in propaganda. They are smart person, me the citizen, we are the smartest, librarian in this country. So no joy about it. Intellectually will be them. So when these people being shot, propaganda, you got believing, it is not good. It is not good for our party.
It's not good for our party.
It's not good for Liberia.
Thank you so much, Donzo Ibrahim Gossen. We on teacher like it's on my back. So let's take our last caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, Ishaka Rede.
I'm doing good. You the last caller.
Okay, thank you for the topic on discussion. You feel me delay calling from Clarota. Ishaka, Kula Fufana, na you know, right? We can tell her way. Now little girl that near us. Now how we can tell her way, but she just running her mouth, just talking more than herself. We're not discussing the type of people. And number two, the people that are talking, the solution that are talking, they're not real solution. Because I know to myself as solution, I know my personal. In that say, yeah, we say my personal say. Then when somebody can tell me say, oh, you feel me? Your personal is in say go. Then you yourself too, you believe it. I can't believe nobody unless my personal tell me say, because I know my personal can lie. He can say the truth when he's sick. He will tell the person that yes, I'm sick. But those people then are talking that they got sick. And we get here for them. We only pray for 2020 now. Thank you for the program.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. She was the last caller. Josephine, did you like this on our back?
Yes. So my Liberian people, your president Joseph Boakai came back to this country. He didn't even bring Pepper Kenny. He didn't bring Steak Kenny for even his grandchildren at home. He didn't bring anything for the Liberians. That's why you see today they are distracting us. They are distracting you. Do not be distracted. Do not be fooled. They are only using this to change the narrative, to change the discussion. Do not allow it. Again, President George Manawia is very much okay. He is energetic. The other time we defied them, we challenged them, we told them, bring Joseph Boakai and we will bring George Weah. Let the two of them walk and let's see who will fall. They didn't do it. So do not buy into those cheap gossip. President Weah is well, he is okay. He is energetic. Do not believe whatever they tell you. Thank you very much for your time. And I'd like to say thank you to the Kings FM family.
Thank you so much, Josephine Bello Johnson. That was the Iron Lady there. On that note, we have come to the end of today's edition of the CDC Hour for this week. Until you see us back here, inshallah, will be on Monday of next week when we shall be here giving you information that you can use. Until then, I'm your presenter, Isiaka Sharif, alongside Josephine Johnson. Thank you. Bye-bye.